Hey Stampers, Kim from StampingImperfection.com. Welcome to my craft room and welcome to another video in the stamping and scrapbooking series. I wanted to show you a Halloween page using some of Stampin' Up's new products from their holiday catalog. They have some fantastic products this year, and one of the things that I absolutely love is the Witch's Brew Designer Series paper. The Witch's Brew paper, when I first got it I wasn't all that excited about it, and then when I opened it and started looking at the papers I realized a lot of the papers just lend themselves perfectly. They're just made for scrapbooking. So here's one I want to share with you, and I'm going to make the second page to go with this to create a 2-page layout. This designer series paper is 12 by 12 paper. This is one side. This is the other side. It's hard to decide which side of the paper to use, but this one seemed like it would take very little to make it just the perfect scrapbook page to put a picture of somebody wearing a Halloween costume or somebody picking pumpkins or something right in the center of that. So to me this looks like a lot of fun. And I'm just going to keep it really simple. The photo, when I place the photo in there, will be the focal point of this page. So I'm going to create a page to go with this page. So most of it will be similar. I'm going to change this a little bit, but otherwise it'll be pretty much the same. So I'm starting with this 12 by 12 piece of Witch's Brew Designer Series paper. Now if you choose to cut this down and make it 8 by 8, you're going to want to do that so you're cutting this out, or even 6 by 6. You'll want to cut that out. And I've got a few elements to go with this page. I'm starting with a piece of pumpkin pie. Now this Witch's Brew Designer Series paper uses Tangerine Tango, but I'm using pumpkin pie because all the ribbons are pumpkin pie and I really like the ribbons. So you could use Tangerine Tango or pumpkin pie. This is cut at 2 by 12 inches. Then I have another piece of the same Witch's Brew Designer Series paper pack. Looks like this. I wanted the Trick or Treat, Enter at Your Own Risk, Eat If You Dare piece, and I cut this 1 1/4 by 12. Okay, so I'm just going to, with my glue, I'm going to add this on top of my page. And this one is going to be set up so that this strip, the paper and the ribbon, goes down the left-hand side, because the other one is set up so it goes down the right-hand side. So I'm going to put this like this over to the left with just a little strip of the pumpkin pie showing behind it, like that. Now I've taken a piece of this fabulous pumpkin pie chevron ribbon, and I'm going to, this is cut about 13 inches long, I'm going to cut this, not cut this, I'm going to put 2 glue dots on each end of this. So I'm just going to flip this over, and I'm using 2 only because this is pretty wide ribbon, it's like 1 inch wide. And then I'm going to add this to the side of the paper, letting a little bit of each of the papers peek through, like this. And notice I'm folding the ends around and I'm attaching the glue dots to the back. Now I've got a piece of this black taffeta ribbon. It's a 1/8 inch taffeta. I'm going to put a glue dot on each end of this. This again is also about 13 inches long. I'm putting a glue dot on each end, and I'm going to put this in the center of the chevron ribbon. Okay, so I'm just putting this in the center, wrapping it around the back, attaching it to the back. And I'm trying not to pull that too tight because I don't want to buckle this paper, so I want it to just be flat when I put it down on my paper. So now I'm going to attach this to the edge here. With a little bit of glue. I try to get the corners a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to place this over here from the top to the bottom with a little bit of the black designer paper showing through. Now if you want to make this a little, the designer paper is actually pretty heavy, and since I usually slide these into a plastic sleeve, this will be good enough, but if you can mount this directly onto a scrapbook page or onto a piece of cardstock if you'd like to. Alright, so now I want to work a little bit, I want to add just a little bit of an extra touch, and I will add a bow to this in just a minute. In my scrap folder, I have a piece of Very Vanilla that's cut 1.5 by 7. I just opened up my scrap folder and found a piece that fit. I'm going to put this along the top, since I have the other side along the bottom, and a little bit of glue. This will be to add a title. I could add a title with my Digital Studio. I could use my alphabet letter stamps. I could use my Big Shot die, alphabet dies, whatever I wanted. Now, I'm using 2 stamp sets. I have the Tags for You, I'm using the Trick or Treat, and I'm also using the Coordinating Label Bracket Punch. This comes as a bundle to save money in the holiday catalog. And then I'm going to use the Toil and Trouble because I love this raven. So what I've done is I've stamped the Trick or Treat onto Very Vanilla with pumpkin pie, punched it out with a label bracket. I also punched out a pumpkin pie piece, and I just slightly offset them. So I attached them together, put a Stampin' Dimensional on the back, and I'm going to put this on that side just like that. Okay, I stamped the raven in the StazOn basic black ink on Very Vanilla, punched it with a label bracket, punched out a piece of pumpkin pie with a label bracket, offset them just slightly because I just want a little bit of a matte back there, put a Stampin' Dimensional on the back of that, just like that, and I'm also going to add three of the larger size rhinestones, and I'm going to put these down in this bottom corner. I'm just going to put 3 down here, and I always use my paper piercer because I can slide, there are glue dots under there, I can slide under and grab those glue dots and line those up. I have one final touch, and that's to put my bow. So the last touch on my page, I made a quick little 2-minute video, 2-minute quick tip video on how to create this little element. And I'm just going to attach this to the top of my page, just like that. And I've got a nice little 2-page scrapbook layout for a 12 by 12 album. Let me show you how these 2 pages, if you can see this, I have this page, and all I've done differently here, I put my rhinestones in the upper left-hand corner. I used the skeleton in white craft ink on basic black, cut it out with the Apothecary accents, added a pumpkin pie matte with Apothecary accents and just a few rhinestones. And I used another piece of scrap Very Vanilla, so I can use this as my journaling box. I could put my title down here, and then I also have this page right here. Instead of the journaling box being at the bottom, I have a journaling box or a title box I can use up at the top. Okay, so for Halloween. So thanks for watching. Please stop by my blog at stampingimperfection.com. Sign up for my mailing list because starting October 2nd, the week of October 2nd on Wednesday, my 12 weeks of Christmas tutorials will be going out once a week. My mailing list subscribers will get a free tutorial for a Christmas card project, a Christmas gift project, a wrapping bag tag, box project, something that they can use to help them with the holidays. So that's at stampingimperfection.com. Thanks for watching.